Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I'm Atul, and in this video we are going to discuss how we can manage a number of data sources that we have been adding or we have been using in our existing report in Data Studio or Looker. So this manage data source feature is quite useful when you want to either add a new data source or you already have a number of data sources added but only few of them are getting used in that dashboard, and you want to remove the other non-used data sources so that your dashboard will not be bulky in size and it's efficient and it gets loaded very quickly. It is also quite useful as when you remove the unused data sources, then you will not have to think about the cost of data refreshing, which in case if there is a cost associated with data refreshing, because if you're using Google BigQuery as your data source and whenever you are refreshing your data, then you have to pay some cost to Google. And suppose you are using 10 different data sources or 10 different table out of which only one is getting used, then you are additionally paying to Google for other 9 data sources which you are not using in your dashboard. So in order to manage your data sources, what you need to do first is that you need to open your dashboard, then you need to click on edit, then you have to go to resources and click on this manage added data source. Now before we go to manage added data source, you can see that I have a table over here, and this table is getting populated from this data set GDS18. But as you can see over here, I have 3 different data sets, GDS18, then again GDS18 and GDS27. So it's quite confusing that why do we have 2 different data sets with the same name. So it's not the different data set, it's the same data set where I have added GDS18 dataset twice in this dashboard, and I had added GDS27 dataset which I'm not using it over here, as well as one of these 2 datasets I'm using in this table while the other one I'm not using it. So it's always advisable to keep only the dataset which you're using in your dashboard, so that if there is some kind of cost associated with it, you don't have to pay for that. And when you're using few of the data sets in your dashboard and you have added multiple data sets just for the sake of adding it, then your dashboard is bulkier and it's not very fast or not very optimized. So you have to remove all of those data sources. So in order to manage those data sources, you have to go to resources, click on manage added data sources, then the Looker will show you the list of data sources which you have added in your dashboard, as well as you have an option to add a data source over here. So if you want to add a data source, you can click on this add a data source and you will get an option to connect a new data in your dashboard. But what I want to do over here is that I want to remove all of those data sources which I'm not using it over here. So now if you see the name over here, you have GDS18, GDS18, GDS27, connector type is Google Sheet, type is embedded. Now this is the most important thing, used in report. Now if you see GDS18 0 charts, this means that I'm not using this data source at all in my dashboard. So what I can simply do is that I can remove this because it's a waste of memory for us. Now we have GDS18 over here again, but we are using this data source in one of the charts, so we are not going to remove it. And if we remove this by mistake, then our chart or graph which was using this data will show an error. Now if we move ahead, then we have GDS27. Here you can see that used in report 0 charts, so we can definitely remove this from our data sources. So this is how you can remove or add data source from the manage added data source section in Looker. Happy learning and see you in the next video.